Welcome to Six Rings and Counting. The strike is over. We're back. Lou is done holding out on us. We have re-signed our man. We did not pull a Jerry Jones and trade him. We got him. Our TJ Watt is back. Lou Willard, how are you, my man?
Well, I'm doing great now. I had some technical difficulties that I needed about a month break off of, but now we back in the game and ready to roll, man.
I
Getting
love
excited for this. Well, already excited for the season. Football already started when my Buckeyes did their thing yesterday. Now my Steelers going to roll out real quick. It'll be a good year.
We are in good moods today, and for good reason. We are getting ready to kick off the season with a little preview of the Steelers regular season week 1 game against the New York Jets. Oh, I'm sorry. We're supposed to call them the new era New York Jets.
Because, I thought you were going to say New Jersey Jets.
They may as well be the New Jersey Jets. They smell like the New Jersey Jets. But because we got Aaron Glenn now as the head coach, everybody says this is a new era, that losing dynasty, whatever, Hank Cloud hanging over their head, that's all gone. We're here to fight.
Yeah, well, I guess they bite kneecaps too. Is he still in Dan Campbell's thing? Or they bite kneecaps?
That's pretty much it if you base anything off of the preseason. Offensive line for the Jets, which is what we all pay attention. We work inside out on this show.
Yeah.
Offensive line, they had some issues. Their rookie offensive lineman, Armand Membo, he had a lot of struggles on the right side of that line. A lot of penalties, a lot of given, just here, take him. A lot of ole, if you will, which to me, Lou, that sets up the Steelers wonderfully on that pass rush. Are you just not going to overload that side and mess with him?
I mean, you can, but at the same time, they have Justin Fields quarterback. And so, Pittsburgh knows better than anybody outside of Chicago that you have to have a very disciplined pass rush. Like if you just go flying up, he's just going to step out and run out because we don't have anybody that on the defensive line that can catch him, which you're not supposed to, which includes our defensive ends. They're not going to run him down, that they can keep him in there. So they can pressure him, but they have to be disciplined about it. And if they don't get to him, put some pressure on him because he'll throw you the ball. He will throw some picks. And he clearly doesn't like to throw to the middle of the field, which forces him to our strengths, which is our cornerbacks, believe it or not, for the first time in ages, is our cornerbacks. So this sets up really well for Pittsburgh to keep this team shut down. I mean, I like the outlook of this game. I don't see them lining up and just running over top of Pittsburgh, even though not having Harmon is going to hurt. But Mr. Black showed his ass in the preseason and I think he's going to do very well for himself on that defensive line for Pittsburgh.
Yes, totally agree. Do you put with Justin, do you have a spy? Like, do you use one of your linebackers as a spy in this game? Or are you even just running the containment kind of blitz?
Now you run the containment blitz, but you have to have a spy. They'll let Holcomb spy him because he's just as fast. He's just as fast as Justin Fields. He may be a step slower, but not Holcomb. Peyton Wilson. I'm sorry. Peyton
that's
Wilson.
What I was going to ask you.
Yeah, Peyton Wilson will spy him. Why Queen takes out the running backs because you think Pittsburgh has a very suspect receiving core. The Jets receiving core is worse than Pittsburgh's.
Oh, 100%.
They don't even have a Calvin Austin to back up Garrett Wilson. Like who's their two? Who's their tight end? Their tight end is a rookie.
Yep.
Their tight end is Jason Taylor's son, Mason. But he may not be his daddy. He might not have that kind of talent, but he's got a talent enough to be in the league. But this is his first game, and he's going to be seeing something he hadn't seen. The disadvantage is for Pittsburgh, Justin Fields has seen that defense. He practiced against it all year. Right. Now we do have new bodies, and he don't have the weapons. They got a couple decent running backs. Their backfield is good, but their line took a step back, and then I think they're battling a couple injuries as well.
Yeah, the Jets definitely have some issues on both sides of the ball, frankly. My question for you with their defensive side, Sauce Gardner. He's really the only guy. I mean, they have a good defense. I'm not sweating anybody on their defense, but Sauce is the
Yeah.
guy. With him taking, you presume he's going to play on DK as opposed to one side of the field, correct?
Well, they should, but they also have I think it's Reed on the other side, who's a really good corner. Their defense is not their issue. They have a solid defense. The issue is that defense is going to be on the field the whole game. So this
Yeah.
game could start out just like most of these games Sunday are going to start out very low scoring, and then you may see a pickup, but I mean, we'll get to predictions at the end of the show, but I look for a very low scoring first half. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because Pittsburgh didn't even play Aaron Rodgers. They didn't play Jonnu, didn't play DK. A lot of these guys, this is their first action. You know,
Yep.
Caleb Johnson got some run, but the starter didn't. Jalen Warren barely played, so they need to get time to get loose, and get into
Sure.
the flow of the game, get used to getting knocked around a little bit, and then they got to see what the Jets are going to try to do to them, because again, they have a new coaching staff. Their head coach is defensive minded, so Pittsburgh can go back and look at some Detroit tape because they're going to run the same defense Detroit did, but
Mm-hmm.
you're running it with different players, different skill sets. So it's going to be interesting. So look for it to start out slow. But I like Pittsburgh's. I like the way Pittsburgh matches up. Pittsburgh has a better roster top to bottom.
Oh, 100%. Especially like our preseason concerns, for those of you that didn't watch, and judging by the views, you didn't. My guess is our offensive line was our biggest question.
Yeah.
For me, this preseason, Mike had the offensive line playing. Troy Fatnow was out there looking great. Our offensive line looks solid right now, and I think that's the biggest difference. Not to
Yeah.
keep
And
harping
Isaac,
on it, but
yeah,
ours looks
Suamalo
great.
didn't even play in the preseason.
No, not a snap.
Yeah, he didn't play. Broderick Jones had his moments. He had more good moments than he did bad moments. And the
Mm-hmm.
bad moments was he just flat looked lazy.
Yeah.
Like when you watch the all 22 film, he looked lazy on some plays. Like, I'm going to just take this play off. I mean, come on, man. You in your third year, you can't, that time is over.
Yeah, no.
So we'll see what he's going to be tested because the Jets have a good defense.
Oh, they absolutely do. This is going to be very interesting in that offensive line versus defensive line scheme.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm really going to be paying attention to on Sunday because it is the question mark for both teams. And of course, the biggest difference for us versus what the Jets have is we don't have a quarterback that can get out of the pocket like Justin can. Maybe
Yeah,
Aaron could roll out, but he ain't running anywhere.
But the thing is, though, he was never a runner in his career.
Right.
He had mobility, but he was not a runner.
Right.
So now what he's lacking is just a little bit of a mobility that he did have. He didn't have mobility, he had escapability. Like he could get out the way and get you those sneaky 10-yard runs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that sneaky 10-yard run is a sneaky 4-yard run.
Exactly.
It's just going to take him longer to get there. So that's not even a concern of mine. They got a block. He knows where to go with the ball. That's why they're going to be heavy tight end. And I'm really curious to see what Arthur Smith is going to do about this with his game plan because he did not go get a number 2 receiver, which we can like it or we don't have to like it. The fact is the 53 is here. They could go sign somebody today as we're recording this show. Not going to help you next week or the following week. He may not help you till after the bye week. That means you've played 4 games before this new addition that you signed today helps you out. That just tells me how much they believe in Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin.
No, that's it. And I think
and
Calvin
how much
Austin,
they're going to be playing 3 tight ends.
That's way more true than anything we've said. And I think Calvin Austin, I think he has shown enough in the preseason from what I've seen with him on film. He looks fast, solid. He comprehends the playbook. And most importantly, Aaron seems to trust him. When Aaron's throwing away from DK, he's always looking at Calvin, whether he's second, whether he's in the slot, no matter where he is, that's where Aaron's looking. And I like that a lot.
Yeah. And the biggest issue Calvin Austin has in this particular offense, being Arthur Smith's, is he can't run block because he's just too
Right.
small. He can't get down there and block those linebackers. They'll run over top his little ass.
Yes.
And if they can't, you need to find you some new linebackers. Now, Roman Wilson can block them, but he's got to earn Aaron's trust, which Pittsburgh is banking on the fact that he can, which I believe he will, because think about it like this. They knew they were getting Aaron Rodgers. Mike Tomlin's come out and said as much. He said, yeah, I may have known something y'all didn't know why everybody was panicking.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers has said, I knew I was coming. I didn't want to disrespect the other players by signing and then not showing up. I had stuff I had to do, which I don't know included getting married. You know, he had a busy all season. Off the field, I don't like him. But as a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers players, when you put that jersey on, I'm going to hope you do well. When you take it off, I don't care what you go do. Just please don't be breaking the law. But you see what I'm saying? I don't have to like you as a person. I played with guys I flat could not stand. They could not stand me. But when we both played offense, you're blocking, I'm running. We got to figure something out for a minute. And we did. But after the fact, we just didn't talk. And that's okay. Be an adult. And that's what you'll do. So, and with Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, if you thought for a second that he didn't have any trust in Roman Wilson, Pittsburgh would have went and got number 2.
100%.
So he's told them, and he's come out and said it in interviews, the kid has amazing talent. He got to quit thinking and just play. Quit trying to please me and go play.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what he said. So he thinks he could do it. So if the kid comes around and starts to believe in himself, look out. It could be something magical where you don't need to spend any capital, any of your salary cap, any draft capital going to get another guy. But if he don't, then we will at the trade deadline have to go get a guy.
Let me ask you a question, bringing up Calvin Austin's inability to block. So let's say we have a 3-receiver set. We got DK, we got Wilson, we got Calvin Austin out there. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a run play. Let's say run play left and our slot receivers on the left.
Yeah.
Where am I putting my liability in this instance, being Calvin Austin? As far away from the play as possible?
It all depends on what you're looking for out of the play design, because he can also line up in the slot and run off the safety and keep the safety back off the ball. And if the safety just runs by him, then that's when you run play action and let him run past the safety and throw it over the top. So It's all depends on what you're looking to do throughout the game. If you just saying hell or high water, we running it, you stick him out there and let Roman Wilson block, and you let him run his guy off, or just, kind of shield him so he at least has to run around him to get to the ball, because he can block a DB. He just can't. He's just not physically big enough to block the linebackers in the league now.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it just all depends on how you're scheming your game out. We talked about this with the Ohio State game yesterday, completely off topic and different subject, but it's kind of like when you said there'd be a bunch of points scored, and I told you why there wouldn't be. Right. So it's the same concept.
Well, now in semantic arguments, there was 300% more points scored in the second half of that game than there was in the first half. 300% is that's a percentage bonanza. I'm taking the semantic win.
You'll take the easy way out, huh?
You're damn right I will. Every time. No,
but that's the answer your question. That's the perfect way not to answer your question while answering it, because it's just going to depend on what they're looking to do going forward. Because they're 15 plays out. If we run this and boom, 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 but we run him on this, somebody's watching what the safety's doing in reaction to him and the slot guy. If they're just ignoring him because they know you're running, they're going to run play action and throw it over the top, or they're going to run play action and throw him like a 15 or 20-yard dig, and it'll be wide open in the middle of the field.
Perfect. That was a perfect answer to my question, actually. Another question for you. What are you expecting from our offense? I know you said it's going to be a slow start. I mean, are we because we know the Jets are run heavy. We know Pittsburgh likes to run the ball for sure. What exactly? Are we talking the fastest game of football ever to be played? Just all runs?
When I say slow start, I probably need to elaborate on that a little bit more. I don't mean a slowest start to the season. I mean this game. Yeah. Just because people haven't been playing. So both teams are going to want to establish the line of scrimmage. Just if you go watch any of the 16 games, pick it. Buffalo and Baltimore are going to want to establish the line of scrimmage. Everybody, Chiefs and Chargers, everybody. So therefore, it's going to be a very fast first quarter. And then the game will settle in the second quarter. And then again, the first 7 minutes of the third quarter is going to tell you how it's going to go. And I look for Pittsburgh to run. They're going to run that outside zone. That's what Arthur Smith runs. Mm-hmm. Jaylen Warren, I would predict, would have probably 5+ catches in this game. Yep. I say between him and Kenny Gainwell, there'll be 8 catches between those two running backs. I don't know who's going to get to 6, who's going to get to 2, and vice versa, or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I look for a lot of short passing, and I look for them to take 2 or 3 deep shots this game. Other than that, you're going to probably have 15 pass attempts to the tight ends. I say another 8 attempts to the running backs. And you're wide. Well, you still got DK's probably going to get his 8 to 9 attempts. So this could be what you see Rodgers throw the ball 32 to 35 times, which is a lot because people think Pittsburgh going to run it a lot. But if he's throwing it 32 to 35 times, that still leaves them 30+ carries if you get 65 plays.
Right.
So that's a balanced offense. So that's what I look at. That's went around my elbow to get to my wrist, but I look for it to be balanced, a little bit more, believe it or not, pass heavy, because a 4-yard pass is like a handoff.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
In his offense. 35
pass attempts is one thing. But in a case where numbers lie, the yardage he's actually throwing for will be, like you said, a lot of passes in the flat. What'd you say? Maybe take a deep shot 4 times?
Maybe 3. Yeah. When I say deep shot, I mean a ball in the air over 25 yards.
Yep. So that's 32 other passes you got to account for.
That's going to be in the air under 20 yards, under 24 yards. I will say under 20. And then like what we're talking about, because people like to try to complicate football, is average depth of target is what we're talking about.
Yep.
Like it was funny. I was watching one of the shows, and Pittsburgh has some really good podcasts out there. Ours is one of them, but we need to get it out more. And admittedly, we need to get it out more. I need to get it out more as well. But
yeah, you do.
One of the former players was saying, yeah, they're going to run, a lot of they want to call it this 13 personnel. He said, man, damn all that. All that is 3 tight ends. These guys want to sound like they so smart. It's 3 tight ends. We've been running it forever. I'm like, he ain't lying. We ran that shit in high school. It's been around forever, but 13 personnel, 12 personnel. We're going to run 4 personnel. That's all 4 tight ends, no running back. Man, look, quit complicating the game.
That's it.
If either you know it or you don't. You don't have to try it. You telling me you don't know a lot of it when you keep trying to change the way it's talked about and try to make, because I first heard, I'm like, what the hell is 12 personnel? They just got 2 wide receivers.
Right.
That's what it is. 2 wide receivers and the running back. We just call it this and that, and that's what you went out lined up in. What we complicating it for? Because you sound cool on a podcast is why.
Oh, that's exactly it. You're trying to sound smart. You're like the guy at the party that uses words that he doesn't know what they mean.
Yeah.
And just nobody's kind enough to be like, hey, that's not what that word means. Stop using it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody just lets you go.
Yeah, what they're doing is trying to sound smart to a casual fan. Because a casual Steelers fan, which I know a bunch of them, they'll ask me, what do you think? And they don't know what 12 and 13 personnels are. I'm like, no, we're going to throw a couple tight ends out there. We're going to do this. Look for the middle of the field. Like we watching the Ohio State game yesterday, and I'm like, ball going right there. Blink.
Yeah.
Because it's football. I told Mindy, if I was to ever coach, I would go coach defense because I see offense.
Yeah.
Like I look at it and I'm like, oh, Texas is getting ready to do this. I'll be damned they didn't. But because I know offense, so why not coach a defense? You know what I'm saying? But
makes sense.
I ain't coaching nobody in this lifetime. No, I'm messing up my fun time.
I know you ain't coaching. We just signed you back under contract. We got you for another couple weeks, at least.
But put some years on that.
Yeah, okay.
Put some years. I ain't coaching nobody.
Now we're talking. So, winding out. rounding up, rounding out. I don't know what words are anymore. It's
You're
still early
wrapping up.
morning. We're recording this. We'll say that. Wrapping up. We got a double revenge game, so we know it's going to be so close the whole way. Just a battle of wills and who wants it more. I'm just kidding. I think Pittsburgh wins this by probably, I'm going to call it 17 points.
Yeah,
I think they just beat them down, especially in the second half.
Yeah, I see this being, believe it or not, even though it's a slow start. And when I say slow start, I mean first quarter, filling out process. Then I see this game going 27-10 Steelers.
Yeah.
27-10, 30-10, 30-13, right in that range. I know the spread is only the Steelers are giving up 2.5. I don't see that. I don't see it. I don't, because I just don't. I'm just looking at the rosters top to bottom. I'm looking at the coach, and they have an unproven coach. This is his first time being a head coach. We walk in here with a dude that people love to hate as a fan base, but the numbers don't lie. I mean, we're so spoiled. We're not happy with a winning season anymore. No, and I'm one of those people that's not happy with that. Don't bring me 10-7 and lose in the first round. Mm-mm. Now, you tell the Saints they're going to go 10-7 this year, and you watch the Mardi Gras break out today on Bourbon Street.
100%.
So that's a level of expectation that, this base is set for itself, and I'm not backing off from it. This defense is the highest paid defense in the league. It needs to be top 5, period.
100%.
Period. There's not 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's top 5 or it's a bust.
Yeah, this is what keeps going over in my head, because I don't want to ever overlook any team. It's the NFL. Everyone here is incredibly
Everybody's
talented.
Good.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody's good.
However, Pittsburgh's defense, we could say, look, Darius Slay's old. JPP's but maybe still by himself. Jalen Ramsey's old. There's question marks at safety now with Thornhill.
Thornhill.
All of these things you can say. What you can't say is our run defense. I don't know. Our run defense is a beast running in to a team.
It got a lot better.
Yes. Running into a team that needs to establish the run.
Yeah, rather it's with their running back's or quarterback. Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, name that incredible Justin Fields passing game where he went for over 250 yards.
Yeah, and you really can't.
Doesn't exist.
And part of it's not his problem, is because the coaches he's had have not let him. No. But they don't have the receivers to beat our DBs. This is just, to me, it's a mismatch. The reason the spread is where it's at is because they don't have any faith in Aaron Rodgers, because he's 41 years old, getting ready to be 42. But the thing is, Pittsburgh's not asking him to do what the Jets asked him to do. He doesn't have to go win the game.
No,
he just has to not fuck the game up. Excuse me, YouTube, but he just can't mess the game up. That's it. And if they do that, and Pittsburgh doesn't turn this ball over, it's a wrap. It's a blowout.
Oh yeah, Think about when you see Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers this year. Think about Peyton Manning and the last Super Bowl they won with the Broncos when he was just throwing ducks.
When he played with a broken neck.
Yep, 100%. That's essentially what you want. Just don't blow the game. That's all you need to do. We'll be in a position to win every single week. At least we should be.
Because you're in a situation now, like you look at this Sunday, they will establish a lead. I could see them being up 2 scores, maybe 3. Mm-hmm. And then guess what you do? You get to bring in your 235-pound running back who won't be playing early because he can't pass block yet. Yep. Well, when you're up 2 scores, you don't have to worry about him pass blocking. Nope. He can play the first 2 downs. And if you run play action, he can get in somebody's way. He's not completely inept at it. He's just not great at it yet. So you bring him in against a defense that's already been on the field and they're behind, and now you start pounding on them with a 235-pound running back. That's problematic for anybody they play that can't keep up on the scoreboard, and I don't feel the Jets will be able to keep up.
100.
And who'd ever thought that? I say somebody can't keep up with the Steelers on the scoreboard. But when you think about it, as bad as it looked last year offensively, Steelers were 15th or 16th in offense. They were right in the middle of the pack.
Oh yeah.
And the defense was top 10. They They were top 10. They were 10th, I believe. Well, this year, defense needs to be in the top 5. You're the most expensive defense in the league, so that you better be top 5 or that's a bust. Start getting rid of some people. I don't care who it is.
Yep.
And then offensively, with adding DK, getting rid of the knucklehead on the other side, one of these receivers step up and Broderick steps up. I look for them to go from 15th. I think this offensive peak performance is top 12. I would say their high point is 12. I don't think even if they play best they can offensively, they can be a top 10 offense. Not with the type of offense that we play, and not with the other offenses around this league. That because you're looking at points per game, yards per game.
Yep.
I don't think they can rank in the top 10 of either. But I think they can be at 12. If they're at 12 and the defense is in the top 5, this team is going to make a strong push for the AFC Championship game.
Oh, 100%.
It's just whether or not when the time comes, if they can keep up with Baltimore and Buffalo. And I would say the Chiefs and most likely the Chargers should be pretty good this year.
Yep.
Denver's going to have a really good defense, but what's the quarterback going to do in the second year? It's hard to say. You got if he doesn't fall off, Denver's going to be good too because they arguably have the best defense in the league.
Oh, 100%. 100%. My wild
or the Eagles.
Nobody cares about Philadelphia.
The Eagles lost a lot of people on the defense though.
Yeah, they did. Let's end the show like this. I'm going to do a wild prediction, and I want one from you. My wild prediction from this game: Jonnu Smith is our leading receiver.
Is that wild?
I'm going to say it's wild because we haven't mentioned it one time.
That's because he haven't played that. You going wild on a paved street. You might want to get in the weeds a little bit.
Nah, not game 1.
I would say you want a wild prediction.
Hit me.
Roman Wilson has 100+ yards receiving and a touchdown.
Okay.
And one of those touchdowns will be 50+ yards. That's a wild prediction because they want to give him confidence, and I think they're going to give him a shot on 2 or 3 deep balls. And if he just catches 2 of them, he's almost at 100 yards.
I love it.
So that'd be my wild prediction. And then my prediction for the game is 27-10, 30-13, right around in there. Steelers roll opening week. And then we all start talking about how great Aaron Rodgers is, and everybody wants to love on Tomlin until we, spit the bid in week 2 against somebody.
Yep, that's pretty accurate prediction.
That's what it'll be. Until they lose, everybody will love them.
That is an accurate prediction. Whether you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan or an Ohio State fan, that is how we roll.
Yeah.
All right, Lou, I do not have anything else. I am looking forward to this game. I am so excited football's back, and we will be back after Tomlin's presser later in the week following the game to make sure everybody is there. And just a reminder for everyone, calibrationmediagroup.com. This is our podcast networking home. You can find shows there with myself, like Six Rings and Counting, a movie review show called Kiss the Reviews, hard R-rated comedy. Don't let your kids watch it. Lou has a show getting ready to launch, Backstage Buckeye. That is going to be a fantastic look at life after football for some of the biggest names in Ohio State football history. And our favorite show, the one for the ladies, Fashion at 50, all can be found at calibrationmediagroup.com. Lou, anything else to say for the show?
No, that's it. I'll put out a short after the game on Sunday. I'll start doing that this year. So we'll give a short recap after every game and then throw it out there for you guys. Nothing long, maybe 5-10 minutes about how the game went, depending on how pissed off I am or excited. But we'll get some stuff out there after each game this year.
This is why he loves you
prior
guys.
To doing the full show.
This proves he loves you guys way more than I do, because I am not doing that. For Lou Willard, I'm Corey Idle. This is Six Rings and Counting, and we will catch you on the flip side.